it is Cheap Nails, helping you stay frugal with nail art. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you 4 different Catholic Christmas nail designs. So let's get started. I've already prepped all of my nails to be painted. If you want to see a video on that, you can click the I button. I'm going to take my Wet n Wild base coat and apply it to all of my nails and let that dry. After my base coat is all dry, I'm going to take my white nail polish and I'm going to go ahead and apply 2 coats of that to all of my nails. After all of my white nail polish has been applied and it's dry, it's time to move on to the first nail design, which is candles for Advent. I'm going to start off this design with one of my favorite acrylic paints. This shade is just perfect for winter. I'm going to take my paintbrush and I'm just going to do kind of just like some X motions. I'm trying to make, I don't know what the leaves are called, but you know, Advent candles are usually put in greenery, and the leaves are of course leaves from, I don't know what tree they're called, I forgot the name, but they're placed in that tree that looks very they're kind of like, I don't know, X shapes, kind of like a Christmas tree shape, and yeah, that's what I modeled it after. And then I'm going to take my dotting tool and these lovely purple and pink metallic shades. I'm going to go ahead and place dots right by the greenery where the greenery stops, and I'm just going to go ahead and draw those up to make the candles. Now Advent candles, there are 3 purple and 1 pink, so I had to put a pink in there, and then I used some gold metallic for the candles that are lit. And to make the candles that are lit, I usually put a dot of the metallic and then I just drag that dot of gold metallic up, and it makes a pretty good looking flame. And then I'm just going to add a little bit more greenery to make the candles look like they're in the wonderful greenery. And there we go. I think it turned out so pretty. I really like how I used the metallic for it. Okay, moving on to the next nail design, which is Silent Night, Holy Night. I'm going to start off by taking my tacky glue and my paintbrush, and I'm going to paint that around my nails to make up cleanup easier later. Now, tacky glue is a great fill-in if you don't have liquid latex, because when it dries, it peels off just like liquid latex. And after that tacky glue has completely dried, it takes about 5 to 6 minutes. I'm going to take my makeup sponge and some light blue acrylic paint, and then I'm going to take some dark blue acrylic paint, and you know what we're doing here, we're making a gradient. Now I need a really big makeup sponge because my nails, they're long, so I need a big makeup sponge. And now I'm going to go ahead and sponge that on my nails. And I did, since I painted my nails white, you definitely want to paint your nails white before you do a acrylic paint gradient. And you can also do this gradient with nail polish. I just wanted to use acrylic paint. And now after my gradient has been sponged on, I did it like 2 or 3 times. And now I'm going to take my jet black acrylic paint and I'm going to go ahead and paint the manger scene. So I really liked a picture that I saw of the manger scene where it was kind of like this roof and it was all like at night, and you could see like Mary and Joseph and Jesus, like the manger there. So that's what I patterned this nail after. And also I did do this nail design last Christmas. It's the first time I did it, but I did it on my left hand, so my right hand painted it. But when I filmed this, I painted it with my left hand, which is not my dominant hand, and it's definitely not my writing hand. So I think that it turned out pretty good, but I think I did it better in my last year's video when I did it with when I painted it with my right hand. But then I added the Star of Bethlehem, and then I added some wet acrylic paint for the stars, and there we go. I think it is so pretty. Now we're just gonna take my tweezers and take off that tacky glue. Look at that, peels off perfectly. Now I'm just gonna take some pure acetone and I'm gonna do some additional cleaning, just a little bit, because pretty much that tacky coat I said tacky coat, tacky glue pretty much protected me, so I didn't get anything really on my skin. But I'm just gonna clean it up, and there you go, it is all done, and I love how it turned out, and I love the gradient. Okay, next nail design, which is the Ark. I wanted to do a nail design based on Mary because she's the new Ark of the Covenant, and I didn't feel comfortable enough trying to freehand paint her, so I went to decals. Yes, I got these wonderful decals off of eBay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut out a Lady of Guadalupe. Yes, I only have Mary decals in Lady of Guadalupe. So I was like, oh, okay, this is good because her feast day is in December. So I was like, okay, let's add it. So I went ahead and I cut it out and I'm putting it in the water. It's funny that these decals didn't have that plastic coating that you usually take off before you put it in the water. It didn't have that. Now, I think I left this decal in the water just a little bit too long because it's kind of started curling, but it was okay. I just took my tweezers and I kind of just bent it back on the card, and then I took my Born Pretty jelly stamp and I just slid it right on there, and now it's kind of backwards towards us, but then we're going to stamp it frontwards on our nail. So it's going to work out and it's going to be really cool. These decals are so pretty. I really like the look of them. Now, they are very large decals, like they're really large, but my nail is really long, so I'm pretty sure that I have enough room for them. I'm definitely sure that I have enough room for them. And I went ahead and stamped it on my nail, then I used my finger to just kind of push it down, and of course I got rid of the excess with a cotton swab and just pure acetone. I never really understood when I watch videos like when they use big decals and they kind of just melted their way with acetone. I'm like, does that really work? Yeah, it works. I tried it with this and it worked. Now, the decal was just a little too small because, like I said, I have a huge nail, so I just sponged a little bit of that green acrylic paint at the end. I think it turned out great. I love this nail, and this decal is just beautiful. Moving on to the last design is the Star of Bethlehem. Now, I put the Star of Bethlehem in the nativity scene, but I wanted to make like a whole design around it, like paint it bigger. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my makeup sponge, and I'm gonna take some blue acrylic paint and some of that kind of electric looking blue acrylic paint and my black acrylic paint, and I'm gonna sponge that on my pinky. Now, I did put the tacky glue around my pinky too, of course, because I wanted to help with cleanup later, and that's dry, so I'm just gonna go ahead and sponge this on, and I did it 2 to 3 times until I got it fully opaque, and this is what it looks like opaque. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take that same gold metallic polish and I'm gonna paint the Star of Bethlehem. Now, I've noticed the Star of Bethlehem is the most thickest part of it is just in the middle of the star. So you definitely want to paint a thin cross-like shape and then make sure it's thicker in the middle. After I'm done painting the star, I'm just gonna peel away that tacky glue, and it peels away perfectly. Tacky glue works so well as a liquid latex. And then I'm gonna just take some acetone and just do the rest of the cleanup around my nail. And there we go, the Star of Bethlehem is done. Now we're ready for top coat. So I'm gonna use this water-based top coat because I like the effect. Like, I like putting it over acrylic paint. You know, some top coats can kind of look weird when you paint them over acrylic paint, but this one does it. It looks very shiny and nice. And then after that is dry, I'm gonna go ahead and take my quick dry top coat and put it on all my nails and seal in my design so it doesn't go nowhere. I had a lot of fun putting these nail designs together and naming them. I think they turned out very well. Tell me down in the comment section down below which is your favorite nail design, and I don't know what my favorite is because I really like the Lady of Guadalupe decal, and this was the first time I used them, so it was the first time I saw them on my nails and I thought it was really pretty. But I also really like the Star of Bethlehem because of the gradient and the nativity and the Advent candles. I don't know, I like them all. I think they're very beautiful, and I hope you got some value out of this tutorial. Please give it a like if you did, and please hit that bell so you always be notified when I upload. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of this December and a great Christmas. You can click or tap the screen to subscribe, or click or tap the screen to watch another one of my videos. Alright, I'll see you next Friday. Bye!